I'll get onto that in a second, but how did you react at the way the authorities handled it?
Well, see, the authorities always handle, social movements with toughness, and they don't handle them with kindness. You remember during the war in Vietnam what happened in the Chicago Democratic Convention. And also I remember I was a student and I used to participate in demonstrations for civil rights movement and for support to dismantle the apartheid system. The security forces, they are hostile to the opposition, expressions of objecting to certain things. So this time it's the same. This time it was even more belligerent, especially in attacking the encampments of students at Columbia universities and other universities.
Did that raise the support, you think, even more, Ambassador?
I think it does.
Okay.
I was a student, during Kent State, events during the anti-war movement. Of course, that was a unique event in which the National Guards came and 4 students were killed. And similar thing happened in Jackson State. So these things were very rare in comparison to what happened in many universities this time. The police forces attacked campuses, but luckily nobody was killed or harmed.
I would like you to address the counter-argument often put forward by Israeli spokespeople that say this is all anti-Semitism. And there are reports of anti-Semitism rising in America anyway, but that they say this is all about an anti-Semitic movement.
It is not, because you know that in these Ivy League schools, I think it is a known fact that there is a large number of Jewish students and large number of faculty, Jewish faculties. So to accuse those of being anti-Semitic does not make sense. But it is becoming fashionable for Israeli leaders. Anyone that criticizes Israel, because they're running out of options, now they are saying anyone who criticizes Israel is anti-Semitic. This is false, and this is not receiving traction from serious, corners in the globe.
A lot of people have been surprised with how much protest there has been within Israel itself to demand a ceasefire. So people in Israel protesting against the Israeli government.
Are they anti-Semitic?
No, well, I was going to ask you though, in the case of the Palestinians in Gaza, could there be anything like that where they protest against Hamas to say we want a ceasefire to end this situation as well?
I think that there is no safe place in the Gaza Strip for people to be able even to survive, let alone to be able to conduct political activities. They are trying to protect their children. In the case of a neighborhood around Rafah, a refugee camp was attacked and tents were bombarded and a large number of people were killed. In the case of the Nuseirat refugee camp, just a few days ago, when the Israelis were justifying the freeing of the 4 hostages, in the process they killed 274 individuals. The pictures by media of bodies in the streets of Palestinians killed left and right is so horrific, and it is another massacre that need to be investigated, and those who are responsible for committing it to face justice.
Is this the end of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's political career?
I believe so. If we have a ceasefire in place, most likely he will end up in jail by the Israeli side. And I think that part of the reason why he doesn't want to stop this war, because he knows the majority of the Israelis will go after him for being responsible for what happened on the 7th of October.
What sort of leadership do you see in a post-conflict environment for both Israel and also for the Palestinians in Gaza?
For Israel, we hope that we'll see leaders like Rabin, who are ready to be brave enough to be ready and willing to engage in negotiation with us to the implementation of the withdrawal timetable of the land that they occupied in 1967, so that we allow for the state of Palestine to enjoy its freedom and sovereignty. and to implement the two-state solution as the solution for us and for them.